What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are jumping into Rogue and Gambit issue number 5. And for those of you that have not been keeping up, what we have seen is the Power Broker taking a handful of individuals, from Manifold to Juggernaut, and the Power Broker has been putting a control device onto their necks. This allows him absolute control over anybody that has one. And when Rogue tries to go on a rescue mission all by herself to save Manifold, she ends up under the control of the Power Broker. And with Gambit coming in trying to save the love of his life. Before the Power Broker could escape, Gambit went to stop him. But even in bringing down the helicopter that was going to take him away, there is still one big threat that is facing them. That, of course, is Rogue. So make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure that you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so we are picking up exactly where the last issue left us. With Rogue absorbing all the powers of those around her, she came charging out of this facility. And she headed directly for Gambit. And as the two of them stand toe to toe, Gambit is doing everything he can to convince her that she has to fight against this. He truly does believe that she can break this hold. But while trying to convince her of such, we see Gambit hit right across the face, with Rogue telling him that he has to run, telling him that there isn't any more time, that he must make his escape. He must leave before it is too late. But even taking that punch across the face, even being hit back, we see Gambit get back to his feet, and he refuses to leave her side. Even as we watch electricity coursing through his body, Rogue is trying to let him know that she has no control. She's trying to let him know that he needs to go. But Gambit stands firm, pushing through all the pain, taking every bit of electricity that she sends out at him. And while she claims that she has no control, he doesn't believe this. She's fought the Avengers. She's taken on aliens, supervillains, even death. And she has always won. That he was there when she gained control of her powers. In his eyes, in his mind, there is nothing that his wife can't do. That's when a surge of power goes through Rogue's body, and then she collapses. But with Gambit helping her down to the ground, ensuring that her body doesn't just fall, we see Rogue headbutt him, and Gambit really thinking that his little pep talk would have done the trick. Rogue lets him know that it did work, but that headbutt is definitely something that he earned. And so with the two lovers intertwined on the ground, this is where the Power Broker comes in. Taking off his shirt, a device is put onto his chest. And while Rogue and Gambit tell him that this is over, he says that this is far from over. And so with the device on his chest, we see that he is mimicking the powers of Deathstrike. But even with him being amped up with all this power, it is not enough for the likes of Rogue and Gambit, the dynamic duo. They go in on the Power Broker and they lay one heck of a beatdown on him. And while Rogue is going toe to toe with the Power Broker, Gambit is messing around with the control, trying to turn it off so all the others are no longer under the control of the Power Broker. With the Power Broker's companion recognizing that this fight has been lost, that the Power Broker is going to lose, she goes and she takes that device from his chest, with Deathstrike taking the power back. We see Juggernaut, Manifold, Absorbing Man, all of them making their entrance. And so while they handle the Power Broker, we pick up one day later. We pick up at the treehouse in New York City. And right now, Rogue is with Destiny, with Rogue saying that she was unable to remove the device that the Power Broker implanted onto her neck. At least unable to without the fear of paralysis or death. And now what Destiny is asking her to do, to betray everybody and everything. And while Destiny swears that this is for love and protection, that protecting Gambit means protecting all mutants, that this is the only way, because war is coming. And the uncomfortable truth is that they are doing what they are doing so that they can survive. This is when Rogue pulls out that device, that remote control, pressing a button, that is when Manifold appears, because he is still under the control of this device, with Destiny going on to say that she can't promise forgiveness from anybody, but what she can promise is that they will live. That Black Panther, he can keep searching. Manifold can get angry. Gambit can get into his feelings. But at the end of the day, mutant kind will survive. This is when they walk over to the water, a capsule rising up from it. Destiny says that this is the safest place that he could possibly be in the world. That Manifold either stays here, or all of them follow him into a grave. Apologizing to Manifold, they put him into the capsule. They tuck him away, and that's what picks us up later at Gambit and Rogue's apartment. The smoke alarm blaring because Rogue was trying to make some food and it caught on fire. Trying to make some gumbo for him, but she definitely messed up here. But there's more going on with her than just that. Everything with her mother. Everything that just happened, plus she cannot get this device off of her neck. Now, when she had saw Forge today, he said something about creating a real localized charge that could cancel the effects of the implant power that Broker had put on them. And at first, Gambit is completely against this, not wanting to take the chance of killing the love of his life. And Rogue understands. She doesn't necessarily want to die herself. She knows that she could go through the resurrection process. But right now, she is trusting Remy to do this. And so with him trying, we see that he is able to remove the device. And we see the two lovers embrace. The two of them kiss. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Definitely a fun little mini-series. In this new Krakoan era, we have seen relationships rise up from the ashes, and we have seen them fall drastically, whether it be Scott and Jean or Remy and Rogue. But in this circumstance, Remy and Rogue, they both together, they were struggling. They've had a lot of differences. Some barriers had been put up between the both of them. But we see that they were ultimately able to really figure out their differences. They were able to work together, to come back together. And while Gambit may be a little bit on the dramatic side, they always find their way back to one another. But the biggest part of all of this, we have seen quite a bit of Manifold. But not in the Manifold is out here knocking out all of this crime or taking care of these supervillains. People are looking for Manifold, specifically Omega Sentinel and Moira. Now, we have seen them talk a great deal about how Manifold can be the make or break, that he will be the determining factor if mutant kind survives or not. Destiny has said the same thing, that if Manifold lives, mutant kind will survive. If Manifold dies, mutant kind will fall with him. But at least for the time being, it appears that Manifold is safe. He is tucked away and he is hidden. Only Rogue and Destiny actually knowing where he is. And so with the fall of X just on the horizon, we must wonder, what is Manifold's role? What part is he going to play when it comes to the fall of X? I, for one, cannot wait to find out. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your theories. If you would like to get completely caught up on everything going on with this series, be sure to check out the link at the top of this video as well as in the description. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having multiple different tiers, from $1 to $50. From loyalty badges to comics every single month. Not only are you helping out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. If you're unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.